Bong.
Bong. Boom.
Alright.
We don't do bongs. At least I don't do bongs.
Welcome to Pillage Overload.
Is your mic on? My mic's on. Do you have your mic on?
No, my mic's on, because I just screamed into it.
Okay.
Good lord.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm good. Blue lights flashing.
Blue light flashing.
Shit's going on.
Okay, make sure my blue light.
Pillage overloads.
It's in the right spot. It's not by your legs. It's not between your knees.
Yeah, we're
Like it
good.
was that one night. Not between
All right.
your knees.
Let's see how sexy we look. Are you?
There we are. I'm getting there. Chill.
Our sexy routine.
Impatient routine. Rotate. There you go.
Oh, look at that.
See? You see the flags? It's all fancy.
Fucking
Looks
sweet.
Fancy, so
Looking good. We are sexy. What's up, Clark Jason? How you doing, buddy?
Headless person next to you. Are you talking about this headless person?
Yes.
We will get to that. my stunt
This
double.
is not Sleepy Hollow.
This is my stunt double.
This is Pillage Overload.
And we're already at the end of January. Holy crap. Can you guys believe that? And here in Virginia, and Marwood, I don't know if you're on the stream of what's coming. We're supposed to get another winter storm Friday into Saturday. We were supposed to get a winter storm, not this past Saturday, but Saturday
We ain't
before.
getting a winter storm.
I don't know, when we came back from Jersey, we saw snow on the ground, and everybody's like, oh, it's good, we're going to get like 6 to 12 inches in Norfolk.
We could still see freaking grass sticking up through the snow. We can get snow.
Yeah, when we were up in Jersey, obviously, we're coming back down this way. My mom's freaking out because she's in Portsmouth. We're like, oh shit, watching the snowstorm coming in because they're talking about it starting in Norfolk and pulsating to Richmond and going back to Norfolk and
pulsating.
all this.
You said pulsating. Okay, continue with your story.
Oh, can I now?
Yeah.
Am I allowed
Your
now?
pulsating snow story.
Anyway,
snow story.
We came down 95. There wasn't jack shit. We got home no problem. I was more blinded by the treatment on the road than the actual snow that was on the grass. So,
yes.
No snow then.
The roads were whiter with the treatment than the grass was with snow.
And then we got, we didn't get anything after that. No, it was clear after that. Now they're talking about snow again, so whatever. Whatever the fuck ever.
I believe that shit when I see it.
Right, because February they're talking about it being warmer, which is what we want.
Yes.
Because Polar Plunge is first weekend of February.
February 5th. February. Yeah. So hopefully it will be warm because, we'll be down at the beach being stupid.
Jay's on it.
Getting drunk. Getting stupid.
Snow sucks
and then getting drunk.
Balls.
Yeah.
If you don't know how to drive.
Snowstorms do suck donkey balls.
Although.
Fuck all that.
Oh, you know what was it today? No, yesterday came up my time hop. Was the storm up in Maryland where we took from 4 o'clock.
Snowmageddon.
We left the Pentagon at 4 o'clock and walked through the door at 1 o'clock.
4 o'clock p.m.
1 o'clock.
Walk through the door at 1 o'clock a.m. Which is normally, half hour, 45-minute drive?
Yeah, 45-minute drive. We crossed 270 every possible way. Yeah, that was... And then the 95...
turned into a 10-hour drive?
We talked about that 2 weeks ago. We were talking about the 95 shutdown, how much it was reminiscent of Snowmageddon.
Mm-hmm.
Well, here it is. 2 weeks later is the anniversary of Snowmageddon being... what is it, 12 years ago?
10?
No, 12 years ago.
Yeah.
11 years ago. It's 12 or 11. I have to look again. Did a train go by? No train went by. We haven't heard
You wouldn't hear it anyway. We ain't gonna hear no trains up here. We're at the front of the house, inside.
We hear trains. They've heard them in the past. They've heard them in the past. They've told us to ring the bell in the past, or we ring the bell, so...
Yeah, you know what?
No.
I'm gonna ring the bell, because I haven't rang the bell in a while. The bell needed to be rung.
Then drink.
Yeah. Drink up. Me hearties. Yo ho.
So, Jay, just sit there and drink and look pretty.
I could do that.
Oh, jeez. Don't encourage the man. So, end of January, God, it's been a quick 4 weeks. I can't believe we're already almost over the first month of 2022.
Bring it.
So it's
Come on, summer.
It's been fucking talking about it. It's goddamn
Yes.
summer. No, I'm not ready for summer.
Yes.
No, I'm not.
Yes.
No.
Need pirating and back.
No, I'm not ready for. Okay, I'm not ready for our season of pirating already. Brandy, stop flicking.
Need pirating and back
Why
porch.
don't you tell them what the pirating? No, we're gonna be too busy pirating. There'll be no back porch. Go ahead.
What am I going ahead about?
Bet the pirating this summer. What's happening this summer?
What is happening?
I don't know.
Well,
Do you remember it all?
we got whispers
Come on,
of
2024.
the Blackbeard Festival in Hampton coming back, so that could be cool.
Oh, the black.
Which we haven't done in 2 years. First on the list would be Yorktown,
Yes, April.
and then
Hopefully we don't have the windy mess we had last year.
so if any of you guys want to make a drive down to Virginia, you can come to Yorktown.
Like Mr.
Check
Jesse.
us out.
See us again, sir, with the missus.
We'll
be there again.
last weekend of April. Then what do we got? May Bath.
Yes.
It's Bath, right?
Bath Fest.
Yes.
That's
Bath
the
Fest
weekend after my birthday, so the 15th.
in North Carolina. Supposedly the location of Blackbeard's homestead. We'll see.
We've never been there. That'll be our first year.
Yeah, it'd be cool. I'll go see that.
So that's May. That's
Get
one
some
event in
history
May. And
going.
that's like 2 weeks after Yorktown.
Yeah.
And hopefully, you totally missed Irish Festival.
We
Yeah,
were-
see,
we were talking
Snowco says Irish Festival. She says,
We were talking pirating.
What stuff do we do at the Irish Festival? We pirate now. We get in kit and we go and pirate.
Okay.
Okay. Irish Festival is technically the first outing I prepared for tonight. Listen to Real Pirates podcast. Ooh, Sonny Boy, which podcast are you listening to? I am currently listening to the Histories of Pirates podcast by, I think his name is Matt.
It's called Pirate History Podcast.
Pirate History podcast by Matt. I literally went to episode 1 and I'm now through episode 18. I started for the first one. He's like at 254, so I have a long way to go to catch up. But
you guys should check it out. It's really good, and it flows, and there's a lot of good information because he talks about stuff that's kind of off the radar a little bit. It's really cool.
I like about it is that he builds up to the history of why pirates became, Queen Elizabeth, Sir Francis Drake. He's her pirate and all that.
It's pretty much chronological, so he kind of goes in order with stuff.
Well, right now that we know of, as we're listening, I'm pretty sure as he gets into later ones, he jumps around. But right now, he's trying to, in the beginning of his podcast, he's building that basis to understand about the history and stuff. So it's really, I enjoy listening to it, and I listen to it actually when I'm doing my sewing up in the craft room. First, it's kind of my guide for my timeline. That's how I can always tell how long I've been working on something. I'll either play a movie or play a podcast, and I make note of what I'm listening or watching. So I'm like, all right, I started on this at the beginning of this, and I got to this point at the end of this. So it's kind of my timeline on doing it.
And he's got a really relaxing voice. He's just got one of those broadcaster voices that's really good for that kind of stuff.
Yorktown is April 23rd, 24th. I believe it's the last weekend in April, I believe. We will, actually what we'll do tomorrow, I will post all our current dates on where we are going to be for Parlay 8. Not only as Parlay 8, but with Loose Cannon Company. Because we do have some stuff that is not necessarily with LCC that we are doing separately. We are actually have a speaking engagement in March in Yorktown that we were asked to come. So that's gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
I had a freaking write about us like, oh, tell us about yourselves. We're a bunch of drunken pirates. We
definitely. It's definitely gonna be different than this.
Yeah. Clark Jason asked if it was Bob Ross relaxing.
Not quite Bob Ross, but not Not far from it.
His tone is really good, but you don't get so relaxed. You kind of zone out.
He's got a mellow tone like Bob Ross, but it's a little more uplifting because obviously the stories are much better than.
Well, and he also he's a really good storyteller, so he uses the influx of his voice as he's telling the stories. So that's what I really like about him, and I'm able to sew and kind of listen and may not catch every word of what he's saying, but I get enough to follow along with the story and kind of sometimes you kind of stop. You're like, aha, well that makes sense, or like what the hell.
Another thing that I've noticed about him too is that he's very good at explaining things. Like if he thinks there's something that he's talking about that the general public might not be familiar with, he'll kind of go into detail and do a little sidetrack, explain it, and then get back to the story, which is kind of cool.
This season actually ends the Thursday before Irish Festival, and I was actually talking with him beforehand. So, which kind of leads in the segue of what the idea was for tonight. Our last weekend live with Pillage is going to be the Thursday before Irish Festival. And actually, end of February, if you guys haven't been paying attention, we talk about Order of Life and the induction ceremony is. So we're going to be down there. Oh shit, we're going to be in Georgia. We're going
to miss another episode.
Or we're going to be doing it from down there.
Yeah. Yeah, so
we'll have to play that one we'll have to play that one year. So the last week of February, we'll have to play that by ear if we're going to be able to do a live stream from our hotel. Because we're going to be in Georgia.
February 24th?
23rd,
well,
the 24th,
yeah, I think that Thursday is the 24th.
Well, whatever. It's that last week in February. We're on our way down to St. Augustine for Order of Life. Anyway, what I keep trying to get to is I got this crazy idea in my head that I'm going to make myself a complete new outfit for Order of Life and for the induction ceremony to kind of show off my sewing skills. So
she got skills.
Pirates down there.
Girl got skills.
Because he's going to be wearing his coat, you're wearing your other vest. I'm actually
black one.
Planning on making him a new set of breeches too. All this within the next 5 weeks, by the way. Just keep that in mind. 5 weeks. With polar plunge in the middle of it. So, you want me to touch you?
Touch the boobies.
Touch the boobies. There you go, Marwood and JP Jr. Boobies. So, he's going to wear this coat. He has a black vest, one of the original vests that I had made for him, he's going to wear. And I'm making him a brand new pair of breeches for the induction ceremony. We're going down with our two crewmates who you guys have seen, Mr. Willis and Damon. Mr. Willis is going to be in his full Blackbeard getup, which is everything I made. Damon has bought a coat for me. I had finished it 2 weeks ago. That is ready for him to wear. And then I am making a whole new outfit for myself for us to go down there in. I'm talking about, for the ball, a whole gown and a new frock coat to match all of these guys' style frock coats so that the four of us can go down and be like, we're hot shit. So, the pictures are going to be I am like totally digging the pictures that are going to be coming. But Ballast brought this down because this is the beginning of my gown for Order of the Leviathan. So it is a 4-piece outfit. It is historically accurate on styling, maybe not so much of the fabric. Ooh, excuse me. But it's going to be black and red, and you really can't tell the color so much in the viewing, but it's a maroon red. I'm going to be wearing a black underskirt and a black stomacher. And it's exactly what it sounds like. It's a stomacher. So it goes right here. It's going to go right there underneath the skirt, the gown when it closes. And the fabric of my stomacher is the same as his vest. So in what we would do in today's society where a man would make a tie to match a woman's gown, I am making my stomacher match his vest. So kind of a flip on the situation, but that's cool. what this is. Very simple and easy to swap out. So This is one of my first full female outfits because you guys know how much I hate making women's clothing.
But she still does it.
I still do it.
She suffers
Walking
through
to
it.
the camera. No, I'm not walking it to the camera. You kidding me? Getting it
No.
back here was a pain in the ass.
There's too much stuff in the way.
But I will be posting pictures of it being done. But Irish Festival is kind of an idea of this. It's not the full top and bottom together. It's actually kind of a top jacket, the skirt's separate, and I made it to match his kilt that we made, Jesus, 2 years ago now. I made it for the 2020 Irish Festival. And I started doing my outfit for the Irish Festival back then. And obviously when COVID happened, everything just kind of... But here's the stomacher for that outfit. So it's plaid and matches his outfit. So it's kind of cool. These aren't the fancy schmancy, high end. I have money because I don't. Type of costumes, kits, outfits. They're more down to earth, but they still look kind of fancy. But I think everything back then in the 18th century, clothing wise, looked fancy for what we call today, just because
the fabric choices.
It's a gown. It's the poof and the short coat, how it comes here and the cut. It looks eloquent, even though it's simple. So,
well, they also did like crazy embroidery.
Practical, yes, Marwood. It was practical. That's why they did especially the women clothing was same thing with men's stuff. We were talking about several times before that it all starts with the undershirt, the linen shirt. And this is going to have a shift, which is the women's version of a linen shirt, but it goes, a little bit further down. And that's what protects the clothing from the oils of the skin, is these linen shifts. For men,
it was basically the underwear.
Yeah, instead of men wearing underwear, they took their shirt and dragged it between their knees and kept their ass from rubbing against their trunks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they made men's shirts longer back then, like almost to your knees, to where when you tucked it in,
that explains that.
Came down, like as long as the underwear would come down. So yeah, it kept your bits from rubbing together.
So the shirts came down the knees, and obviously the shifts, which is kind of a nightgown for the skirts, came down on the knees, but the way they flared out was different, so they went with the skirts. So this is what we call the gown. It's got the bodice, and the bottom skirts are part of it. It's a little bit more of the fancy, and it's split down the middle because it'll lace here, and underneath of it will be the stays, my bulletproof stays that we talked about 2 weeks ago. That'll go underneath of this, and then this stomacher will actually go between the stay and this, so you won't even see the stays. They're just not going to be there. It's more for structure or stay in the body.
Yeah.
And then there'll be another set of skirts underneath of it.
What they used to use as a bra.
Yeah,
pretty
basically
much.
the bra shears.
Held the boobies up.
That's what they call stays.
They didn't have bras back then. Believe it or not.
Yeah, men sure were a toga. It really was. And they slept in them. It was a night shirt. You think about the story about the night before Christmas by Ma and her I and my cap. The cap that they actually wore is very similar to the linen working cap we did. So, but this is what I've been working on this month. I've completed 2 frock coats. I did an auctioneer's fire coat and all
next week I might just dress down into a working outfit.
Working outfit, show your... Well, I'm not going to have your hand-sewn linen shirt done by next weekend.
But, just basic what a pirate would have worn on deck, Yeah,
it's been a couple of seasons since we've done that.
We did that once, but, you can do it with the linen hat. It would be different, because the last time I did it was with the Monmouth cap.
If I get what I want done before next week, I will wear the outfit I plan on wearing to the Irish Festival. It's dressed down. It's more of a commoner outfit versus what I'm doing here. This is more high-end because I'm going to a ball. like I said, it's not the most fanciest thing. It's not like the Antoinettes and all that crap, because that's not who I am. I would like to be dressed a little bit more like a lady, but I don't need all that fluff and all that crap. So
Yeah.
if I can get my petticoats fixed, I'll do that next week. If you dress down, I will dress in my
You
Irish
can dress
gown.
up.
I will dress up. Well, it's dressing down, but it's dressing in my gender.
Yeah.
So,
There you go.
pearls and rubies and diamonds, oh my. Diamonds are a girl's best friend. Hey!
Hi.
So, that's the plan, is to get that done. And that'll be my conclusion of my January projects. In February, I will be leaping into trying to get a new frock coat done. My crazy ass decides I want to try to get a new frock coat, which is similar. It's his style cut before polar plunge. I'm like crazy for wanting to get that done.
You're trying to do that frock coat for polar plunge?
Yep. Yep.
All right.
I need to cut it this weekend if I'm going to have that done.
Yeah. Yeah, you do.
And I need to design the embroidery, the one that you showed me, so I can embroider on my coat. Yeah. I'm keeping myself busy. Let's just say that. Oh, by keeping myself busy, this is how... I don't like having idle hands. So you see this right here. I know you can't see the detail of it, but this right here is... Hold that. See how long that is? It's very long. This is made out of 6 pieces of rope with my little jig here. And yes, I have been braiding.
She's making her own cording.
I'm making my own cording. Like paracord. You know how paracord is braided? Yeah, I'm doing that because I'm just psycho. And I have nothing better to do with my life than sit here and drink and play with my fingers.
I could think of better things to do, but yeah, she's
birch.
Crazy like that. So,
yeah.
I do things like these right here, these little mini flags.
Oh,
so
you do big and
this
mini.
one, yeah, I do the small ones and the big ones.
You play for me again.
So this is Blackbeard right here, and these are hand painted. She obviously she sews the flag for me.
Because I won't let them on my sewing machine.
But it's both sides. These particular ones are sewn on the top so they don't go down the pole. Because it would just be a little bit too cumbersome to like tie them off and do all kinds of crazy stuff.
Yay!
Yes! But this one's Blackbeard. Was that Henry Avery you got in here?
This is Henry Avery, grandfather of pirates, and that's Steed.
Steed Bonnet. Yeah. Well, I don't know, have you guys seen the, it's been floating around recently. Apparently HBO's doing a show, My Flag Means Death or something like that.
No, I missed that. What?
Yeah. It's...
No, I'm playing with it.
It's a comedy. It's a pirate. It's a show about pirates, but it's a comedy. And apparently the main pirate in it is Stede Bonnet. Yeah, I saw a little preview of it. It actually looks pretty funny.
They can. These are actually these are the size of car flags, but they're just a standard wooden dowel on them. So I don't know how they normally mount to a vehicle. We don't have that piece, but if you had that piece,
you could. Yeah. Yeah. Those dowels aren't strong enough for that, but you know, you could put it on your desk or.
I'm totally sober, which is really fun. You know what's really
hanging on the wall.
I finally found 100 proof rum after a month not having it.
With Captain Morgan.
Yeah, not
We've been drinking Kraken
for the last 3
because Captain Morgan's been very scarce.
And I had to be across town today for a meeting, and I hit the liquor stores over there, and they had 6 bottles. So guess how many I bought? Not all 6. I'm not that rich. I bought 2. So we had a backup. Ring the damn bell. Marwood says ring the bell. He is desperate for the bell.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up, because the next thing I was going to talk about is, like, basically the woodworking that I do, and of course,
He loves playing with his wood.
you all know that I made everything, pretty much everything in here. Made the bar. The bar is a piece of 3/4 inch 2x6 foot pine, but is the bar top. And actually, the front of the bar is
Let me drink faster.
if any of you paid attention to when I was doing the Man Cave live stream, I always talked about how I love to reuse things. The front of the bar is actually fence pickets that I cut up and put along the front of the bar. I stained them and made the bar out of it. So that I love doing that kind of stuff. I always take things that are you wouldn't normally use.
Am I distracting?
Yeah, you're being a pain in the ass as usual. I like to take things that and make them into something else. For instance, silly thing, but like these are actually nail kegs.
There you go. Just knock into the.
Yeah. Before somebody interrupted.
Ooh.
Yeah. So all the decorations and everything back here are pretty much handmade, obviously, except for the glass bottles. Those are all bought, and the port and starboard lights. Things up here that I made would be the barrels. This was actually one single nail keg that I cut in half.
Do you know why they call them nail kegs?
Because they're kegs that held nails.
Okay, just asking. Is that
They
why
used to put nails in them, yeah. Like back in the day, that's actually how you bought nails.
The metal iron nails that we see at like Jamestown and all
like
that.
construction nails actually came in a keg.
So what do you have on them? I don't know if you can see this one. Can you? Oh,
You might.
me back.
You probably. It's probably hard to see,
Can you
but
see it over the boobies?
this one has the original Captain Morgan logo on it. So I went and found like a way older version of the Captain Morgan label and burnt it on here. So I like doing wood burning.
It's the 18th
also
century Home Depot bucket. That's actually a really good description of it.
Pretty much. I mean,
really.
But they actually put nails in them and sold nails in a keg.
I know, but it's
The Home Depot buckets come empty.
But it's still kind of a cool analogy.
Yeah, I mean, when you go, because we found these at antique.
It was one of the antique shops.
Yeah, one of the antique shops that we went to. When you find them at the antique shops, yeah, they're empty normally. Sometimes they use them to display stuff, like they'll put like brooms and stuff.
Trash.
Yeah, but yeah. So I took one nail keg and cut it in half and made both of these barrels, because back in the 18th century, normally a bar back had barrels, which is what they served their alcohol out of.
Is that what you inspired to make this bar back from?
Yes, it is actually. I did a lot of research when I came up with the idea for this bar back, because you know us, we try and keep things semi-historically accurate. And
You can't see it.
what are you talking about?
I'm pointing to the Henry Avery wooden burn inside with the Henry Avery flag, but I don't think they can see it in the screen. It might be just a tad bit out of screen. I can't tell on this because this cuts it off when I'm looking at comments.
Yeah, and obviously this is our pub sign, and I took our pump sign logo, which we have, and what are you doing?
You can see it, so I'm laying it next.
Being distracting and interrupting me again.
I'm not interrupting you. Apparently I'm distracting you. Okay, I'll stop it.
So,
I'm getting you all that.
Yeah, you are. This is one of our logos.
You can't read comments.
And there's a reason for that. I'm going to take the tablet and throw it in the garbage can. How about that?
I will be quiet.
For the third time, we had Amy Roseful, who is one of the
Legends.
yes, thank you.
That we were a part of. You know, we were like
Yeah.
a third of it.
Well, Amy Rolls Full, the owner of
Episode
the
1.
Virginia farm, she actually came up with the logos that you see us use. The Jolly Roger logo for Parlay 8, this logo, she designed those. She's actually the one that came up with that. So good on her. But I turned one of them it was a pub sign, and I actually turned it into a real pub sign. So yeah, I made all this. Took the lettering is actually done. I did with a scroll saw. The swords, it's funny because this is a one-sided sign, so you can't flip it over.
You don't want
There's
to
nothing. There's nothing on the back of it. If you flip it over, you'll see the swords are actually they're plastic.
It's actually pretty durable. Though,
But I cut them because they were too short for the sign when I made the sign. So I cut them and to make them long enough to where you could see them on both
where
ends.
The cut marks are? Is it like here and here?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, there's like there's a good 6 inches missing out of the middle of both those swords on the back side of this. But it works. And it was kind of cool because they're the same. I just happen to have 2 plastic swords that match the type of sword that you used in the logo.
Because that's what we used to wear before we got our real swords.
Yeah, plastic ones.
And
back when we started.
And plastic flintlocks.
Yeah.
I don't even know where the hell all those are at. Yeah, we used to be pretend pirates. Now we're real pirates. Drink rum, play with black powder. Not in that order, but you know.
This part right here, where the lantern's hanging, actually was part of our old signpost. If you remember, any of you who have been with us since the beginning, the old set that we used to have in here.
You can't see it but believe me, it's there, and you'll probably see it from other episodes. We got it kind of shifted down so you guys could have seen.
Yeah, we pointed the camera down a little bit farther tonight so you could see the flags and her being distracting again.
He's just hating.
So you can't really see it, but it's up here. Any of you guys who've been with us since kind of the beginning or for the past couple of years, we used to have a signpost behind us that had this sign hanging on it and a flag hanging on the other side. Well, that was the original signpost for this. I actually took it apart and used it for the bar back because I thought it would be cool to hang the lantern from it. But I made a new piece that's arched and that fits with the bar back. Obviously, I made all this the same dimensions as the bar back that's outside on the back porch, so everything would fit here and look the same. Because when we moved inside, when it got too cold out, I wanted everything to be able to come inside and still look the same as outside. So
keep consistency.
Yeah.
And no, he's not going to ring the bell, shut me up. That's not how it works. So fight me.
Oh, I can ring. You know what? That's actually a good idea.
It's not going to shut me up.
Oh, I know it's not going to shut you up. Yeah, I wanted this to look the same as outside. So when we came in, it would, everything would fit here, and we'd have a place to kind of store everything during the winter, so it wouldn't get wrecked outside.
I'm a Blackbeard groupie.
Yeah, that's great. Are you now?
I am now. I'm just gonna sit here and wave.
And you totally just made me lose my train of thought too. You suck.
I'm bringing everything in and making it look as awesome as it was outside.
Yeah, I know.
The only thing that's different from inside to outside is this, actually.
Yeah, that was in the middle. We had
because you got the center of one of the pergola braces is what we have
holds
to
the
be
lantern
able
up
to
outside.
So he had to vote Blackbeard for 2024. He got my vote.
If only Blackbeard could be president.
Oh my god! Hey, we could do write-ins, right?
But the ship that was here outside is actually hanging on the wall just off the side of the set. So before I put all the decorations up here, this I built as the framing, like the shelves and all this framing, I built as one piece, right? So I put it up here myself, by myself, no help.
Don't look at
From
me
nobody.
like that. You didn't
No
ask.
help from nobody.
You didn't ask. I was at work. You didn't wait because you're a man. You gotta do it by yourself. Can't wait for what? Come on, give you a hand. That's how it goes.
Yeah. Music.
And P.S. This whole thing, it's the framing. This is the what you see back here in the wood is our feature wall. If you guys remember, we redid that right when COVID started. So he did the framing. It's not like the heavy ass bar back that we put on the back porch from my daddy-o. That fucker was like, what,
It was good 120 pounds at least.
So
and speaking of that, that's what I was going to talk about, how I got it up here, which is what we learned from her dad. He showed us a trick about how to get heavy things up like this yourself. So what I did was, if you notice, the bottom of this is the same height as the bar. There's a reason for that. So when I put it up here, I had the bar scooted up against the wall. What I did was I took the frame and flipped it upside down and put it on the floor. So when I had it on the floor, upside down, which it would be, diagonal leaning up against the bar, I could pick it up and use the bar as leverage to stand it up. So I just slid it across the back of the bar and had it resting on the top of the bar, and then just screwed it to the wall with it resting on the top of the bar. So I put the top two brackets on first, moved the bar, and put the bottom two brackets on, and bing bang boom.
He did this the weekend he had when Mr. Wallace was here, that last live you guys saw him with when I was out. Phoenix. No, I was in Phoenix.
Yes, you were in Arizona.
Yeah, I was in Arizona. That last one. And that was the last one he was outside, and I came home. He's like, yeah, we ain't moving inside. It's going to be too cold moving forward. I'm like, okay, I'm catching up with work and everything. Next thing I know is you guys seeing us inside with our outside bar inside.
Yeah.
So we covered the outside bar up, which we have this really cool cover with the massive Parlay logo on it. So that's covering the outside bar because the snow we do get.
Yeah. Well, I built another bar in here because, well, for one, it's always cool to have another bar. And for two, I didn't feel like moving the bar back and forth, and this wasn't. I had pretty much all the wood except for the bar top. It's not a tarp, it's a cover. I actually got it from a company called covers.com. It was a place I was able to find it, and I was able to buy a custom cover for the bar in the dimensions. I got a neutral color, and I was able to put the logo on it, and it was pretty cool. Give them the dimensions, and they make a cover that fits. So we're coming up on it's 9:27, we're coming on our last 3 minutes. Yeah, tonight was kind of us getting back into it. It's been, at least for me, it's been kind of a long 2 weeks. So coming back, just kind of talking it out, brushing the dust off. We kind of wanted to show you, the whole point of the night was more to show you guys what we do other than this. What Parlay, we don't, we talk about, we are Parlay, we talk about, the reenacting stuff, but we don't really talk a whole lot about what we do as far as what we sell and the products, the stuff that we make. What started and things like that. Honestly, it's what started it. This is, she makes frock coats and obviously everything I'm wearing and everything she's wearing. Marion. Everything I'm marrying, yes. Everything you're wearing, you made. This is the kind of things that she makes, and these are the kind of things that I make. So that's what we do when we're not doing this. And I love it personally. I love when you obviously if any of you stuck around for Man Cave when I was doing it, that's where I make everything, out in the garage, in where I filmed the episodes of Man Cave. Crafting that's extreme! me. That's my workspace.
And mine's upstairs, which if you go on our YouTube channel, you go watch Between the Bulkheads, Reality with Danny Lashing, you see what my original craft space was, and you do a new one because I think my craft space has grown up a little bit since then. I do need to do update video. Actually, I do need to
do a tour video.
I do need to do a lot of new updated videos, but anyway. Yeah, we're always on here. We're talking history. We're having fun. We're getting drunk. We're just doing our thing. But we also just want to come out and say, hey, don't forget, we're makers. Even though a lot of what I sew is this, a couple of seasons ago, I showed you guys a cloak I made, and somebody reached out to me asking about making them a cloak. Even it's not for historical, for hunting. I can do that. Vests, Legends, the vest that Smoke's wearing in Legends and those pictures. I made that. Yeah. I make vests. I make vests that are not just this vest. All his dress vests he wears. I made. I like making vests for men. You guys look sexy as hell in a vest. Let me tell you. I wish that did not die with the 21st century. We're still in the 21st century. In the 21st century, I think men in vests are sexy as hell, and it just still survives. So I make vests, all kinds, all eras and all that. So that is something I do. It's not only with the Golden Age piracy and piracy, so just think about that. And other things,
Keep it in mind.
Keep it in mind. If it's an off-the-wall idea, but you might think it's in our wheelhouse.
We're up for it. We like to challenge ourselves. We'll come up with a way to get it done. Is what I'm saying, I guess. Like when I built this pub sign, to me that was a huge challenge. I took a drawing on a piece of paper that had no dimensions or anything like that, and turned it into this. Which, I think is pretty cool.
You've done sports signs since then too. You've done and our friend GTO. GTO was awesome with reaching out to us outside of the pirate wheelhouse. GTO came to him about this cool Jeep sign he had an idea for. He gave to Destiny. And this really neat walking stick from Jack Skeleton that he had him do. It was complete. The idea of what he was doing was in his wheelhouse, but the theme was outside of it. And Carl GTO was a big proponent in believing in what we did and had commissioned him to do those pieces. So just saying out there that we are able to do stuff that's outside of the pirate realm. The skills are there. Just because we focus on what we like to focus on doesn't mean we can't do anything else. So just keep that in mind. That's all we're saying. And so, small business, we're here.
Support them.
Support small businesses. Because we just bust our asses.
And we'd like to drink rum. So we need more rum.
No, we like to...
Please send rum.
It's not only send rum, it's send Bones coffee. We're pirates. Yes. We like Bones coffee, and we like Captain Morgan 100 Proof rum, just if you're asking, if you're wondering.
In case you want to know.
If you're looking at where to send anything, it's P.O. Box 37322, North Chesterfield, Virginia, 23234.
We accept donations. We accept donations.
We accept donations. We also accept donations at parlay8.com, parlay8gmail.com, and PayPal. Anyway, seriously.
All right, guys. On that note,
thank you for hanging out with us again tonight. We needed this. I needed this. So thank you guys for coming in and being lighthearted with the jokes, boobs, everything. Yes, I said it, Marwood. Boobs. Boobs. Boobs! Alright, I'm tunneling Twister right now. We'll see you guys next week.
Giving him a titty twister?
No. Seriously?
Yes.
That was a good
one. I said it.
Boobs! Ring the damn bell! Ring it! Marwood's all about boobs and bell!
Alright, there it is. Drink up, me hearties. Yo ho.
Oh, yep, that was a good last drop. So, next week, let us know what you want to hear from us. More piracy?
Come on.
More this?
We're asking again. Seriously.
Let us know. We're here for you guys. We love talking to you guys. So, love you guys. Best reference, Jay. It is the best reference, Titty Twister. Boobs! I'm going to go always with that Dusty. Dusty going, boobs! And you're going to go Titty Twister. All right.
All right.
All right, everybody. Good night. See you next week.
Night.
And as always, hashtag drink more rum. Night.
Night.